Another day, let's talk about the artificial intelligence paraphrasing. There are so many paraphrasing tools that are out there. If you go online, so many of them, we cannot finish them. However, when you are using this, you need to remember that you are using a machine. You are not using human brains. It's artificial intelligence, and using these tools requires you to develop a skill in using them. And it's also very important that you keep in text citation to avoid plagiarism. Please do not take other people's ideas and make them your idea. They are not your idea. And it's actually very important as well that when you are using these tools, you also take a precautionary approach. And just like when we talked about the chat GPT, the use of chat GPT in academic writing, please take note that when you decide to use the paraphrasing tool, you also need to watch out for all these issues, which include lack of originality, the grammatical errors, the content errors, then the logic errors. It's actually very common. Logic errors are actually very common when you start using the paraphrasing tools, because most of these tools they end up swapping words, swapping words around, and you lose the logic in your discussion. So it's very important for you to make sure that you check for these errors that are always produced when we are using artificial intelligence machines. And the example, these are some of the tools that are there. There are so many tools. Just go to your internet and type paraphrasing tools if you decide to use one. And also, it's also very important for you to know that Grammarly is also an artificial intelligence tool for paraphrasing. But mostly, universities have tended to accept Grammarly as a tool. That can be used in academic writing. It offers a lot of advantages, and it's kind of an open. It's actually very transparent and objective when you are using it as a student. Then why paraphrasing tools? Yes, there are so many advantages of using paraphrasing tools, which includes it saves times, it enhances writing efficiency, it also improves efficiency in a way you can avoid plagiarism, and also you've got a lot of vocabularies and other language skills that you might also be lacking. Then, but when you are using these tools, as I said, it's very important for you to know, to have the skill. I will try to share to you some of the skills that you can do when you're using the tool. The first skill is you need to use this paraphrasing tool at a sentence level. To paraphrase sentence by sentence or at a paragraph level. Don't wait until you've finished your chapter, or you've finished your thesis, then you try to use the paraphrasing tool. Then it's gonna give you a lot of problem. All those issues that we have raised about inconsistency, logic errors, mistake errors, content errors, they will be in your document. So if you wait to the last to use it when you've got a finished product, then you are going to have disaster. You're going to have a problem when it comes to your text. And most of the lecturers, then they catch you that you have been using an AI paraphrasing tool, and most of you wonder, how do they know? They know that because there's a lot of logic errors that comes in, because in most cases the paraphrasing tool, they end up trying to swap words around for it to able to run away from the plagiarism detectors like Turnitin. So also remember, it's very important when you're using the IA paraphrasing tool, you're using machines. You are not using a human brain. You're actually using the IA. So it's very important for you to check for all those mistakes that I have actually mentioned before. And it's very important for you to keep the in-text citation. Don't take other people's idea and make them your idea, and do not use on a finished thesis or dissertation. Try to use this paraphrasing tool as you write, because you still need to check when you put your work for paraphrasing, a sentence for paraphrasing. You need to check, is it still keeping the original meaning from the text. It's actually very important as well that you know that these paraphrasing tools, they lack originality, and text synthesis is not one of their strength. They don't synthesize. Actually, for you to be able to synthesize, you should have an argument. But for a machine to have an argument, it's actually very difficult, because it is actually just paraphrasing it, and it won't be able to give you the argument that you need to be able to produce an original work. So it's very important, if you decide to use these machines, you now need to learn how to use it in a more proper way, in a more professional way, also in a way that does not discredit your work. You need to keep the originality of your work, and you need to make sure that you use them in a very clever way, or in a way that still enhances your work. Thank you.